Welcome back, Rust for smart contracts here from Learn. And it's time to talk about generics. And we're really getting away from all these videos about safety because generics have nothing to do with safety whatsoever, but they do make code a lot more flexible than Rust's strict typing would otherwise usually allow. Generics allow type agnostic code. Sometimes you want to write code that works with a type that is any of a number of types, maybe not all types, but a bunch of different types that share some kind of common functionality, and you can work with all of them. For example, here, print value is the most basic. If I want to have a function that can print a value, I can tell it that it is any type t. I could say this value is any type t. Wherever t is used in this function, it will mean the same type as all the other t's. In other words, if I call this function and the t that I pass in is u32, then wherever t is referred to in the code, it'll be a u32. In this case, it will print out the value. Now, using this notation, you can print out almost anything. It'll work here regardless of what type you've sent in. It's type generic code. Type agnostic code. Now, this isn't particularly useful because obviously you could just call this in your code rather than calling this custom function. So let's look at a couple more useful examples. Result and option, which we've talked about in previous videos, they always take generics. You've seen that result is actually called result TE, T meaning any type and E meaning any error. You don't always have to use T for a generic. You can use any letter, really. But T in this case means any type, E means any error. So if you have multiple types, you might see something like T, U, V, for example, and that just means that we're working with three different unknown types, T, U, and V. You might also see them given letters that are meaningful. But these generics just mean any type. So in the option enum, whenever you're working with options, what this means is that whatever the T is up here, that's what the type is down here, and it's any type. So here you can have option sum with 5, and that's a number, U64 by default, or generics, and that's a string slice. And it works fine. This code works fine. Any code you run on it works fine because it is a generic type. Learn is brought to you completely free because of our great sponsors. Neutron, enabling developers to build breakthrough applications and onboard users from anywhere. Osmosis, the premier decentralized crypto exchange. And Obi, the smart new standard for asset management. If you want to become a smart contract developer through this lesson and others like it, head to heretolearn.xyz for uninterrupted course videos, coding exercises, and feedback directly from experts in the industry. Here's another example that's a little bit deeper. I have a swap function, and the type is T. Now, while I could use multiple types here, I'm using one type. A is T and B is T. So this could be U64s, or it could be string slices, right? As long as T is always the same. So whatever type A is, B has to be as well. This function returns a tuple, in parentheses with multiple values inside, a tuple of type T and type T. Okay, so if I'm passing in two numbers here, the arguments are T, then it will return a tuple of T and T. Okay, so we'll return two numbers as well. Here I return B and then A. All this is doing is taking the two values and swapping them, no matter what they are. Whether they're my own custom types even, there's really no limitations this would have. I could have a user A and user B and I just flip them. I could have protocol A and protocol B, and I just flip them as long as they're the same mother type over both. Generics will be used around smart contracts as well, where T might be some kind of smart contract or protocol or token type or something like that. And as we run into it in further exercises, future videos, I'll point them out. But for now, you really need to know that this capital letter means any type as long as that letter in this scope is always the same type. It lets us write generic code. It's used with results and options. Now, to read more examples of generics and little quizzes in the text, go to heretolearn.xyz/generics, and also go there for the exercise, flip the table. If you complete this exercise, you'll have a better grasp on generics and you'll be one step closer to being a Rust smart contract programmer.